Flat Earth British, peace and love. Welcome. Martin speaking. It's the 31st of July 2019, or so they say, and I am back. As you can see, 'tis me. I have probably missed most of July, being off doing Martin adventure things as I do. Okay, but now I'm back, very much on point. Okay, with a return with a bit of a bam. Okay, this vlog will be a bam for us all. Okay, there's going to be a lot in it, and a lot in this vlog. Okay, but I will try and condense it down, and this is what we're going to be looking into. So welcome back. Good to see you all, Flat Earth British peeps. Great Flat Earth British think tank peeps. Thank you for all your kind emails and comments, wondering where I was, and I'm back. I'm here, so do not despair. But it's nice to know people give a shit. So thanks for that. Anyway, so welcome. Please do subscribe to my channel. This is going to be very juicy indeed in this vlog. We will learn much, and it will confirm everything we knew already, but with more hard-hitting evidence of the terrifying truth of it all. Okay, you excited? Well, buckle in. If you're new to my channel, guys, probably going to be a bit of a shock to you. If you're not, this you're going to enjoy. So what we're going to look at, okay, now Flat Earth British think tank peeps, Victor Bruges, who is down in Spain with Andrea Xerxes. Okay, these two boys are pulling this subject apart like there's no tomorrow. And Victor sent me over his, because he's a juice master also, okay, and he sent me over something today. So better look at this, Matt. And it was coincidentally and insanely synchronicity with what I was already reading, which was the adventures of Captain Mago, who is a Phoenician, and he's on his way to take over Tartaria in a book. Okay, so we got that as well. And what we're going to learn in this vlog is what Starforts actually are and who built them. So do you want to know that? Okay, we're going to look at that. And there's a lot in this post, guys. Okay, we're going to look into some gobsmacking moments and lead us up to a few images of the day of my experiences of what I've been up to. I've been to a music festival over the weekend, and some mudflood hunting, which I'm very, very good at. I'll show you them as well, which are really, really juicy. So I'm back. I hope you're happy. You've got your happy hat on, and let's get underway now. Please share this out, guys, okay? And if you're subscribing to my channel, click the notification bell, or no one will ever be notified of any of my stuff, apparently. So apparently that's important. Subscribe, click that bell. Thanks. Juice. Now we're going to start here. Starforts. Okay, now we've been thinking about these for quite some time. They are obviously, and we know through decoding, not for military purposes originally. Okay, these are based on sacred geometry. They are really solid, and they scream that they're doing something else completely different. Okay, and now we're about to find out one of their uses. I think they have many uses, if I'm honest. I think this is one of them. Okay, shared by Victor. If you see me in comments, make sure to thank him, because that's awesome. So we're going to start here with Starfortage in a lead atlas. Okay, so we'll give you Mons Huguenot. What you'll always find with Starforts, guys, is they are on water. Okay, they have tributaries feeding them or feeding out from them. Okay, but they all have water connected with them. They're either on tributaries, they have water running straight through them, and if they're up on mesas, etc., they will be sure to have water underneath them. Okay, this is Mons taken out in the First World War, and these are from 1733. Now what we started to discover then with looking into Starforts is, outside of whatever antiquity they would have built in later, the Tartarian church machines, water is diverted into these to a mechanism, a drive wheel, a cog shaft, something to feed it, a mechanism. So they're machines and they're to do with water. It's pumped out. Okay, it's pumped out. It's the arrow. So they're pumping water out of these things. Okay, and they're all like it. Okay, so there's a mechanism inside and the water is going out, in there, inside, around, and pumped out. Okay, so what exactly are these things then? Check that out. Phoenician. I suppose that's an old Mott and Bailey type setup. Look at their lake. Huh. Just perspective, they seem very large. Okay, so that's really cool. Plenty to see on that. I'll obviously link all these up. Anyway, so Starforts are linked with water, is the point. Okay, all on tributaries, oxbow lakes, river meanders, or river islandlets. You see? So a big emphasis on water, which we've long understood. What else we've understood, myself, Captain Kirk, Epic Captain Kirk, is some Kirchner books which will tell you that these are all fitted with hydraulic systems. Now, Victor's discovery and use, he passed me this morning, is an encyclopedia of civil engineering, historical, theoretical and practical, by Edward Cressy, and it was penned up in 1847. Now, this is the reverse engineering of antiquity, in very same way as we're doing it now. And let's see what they come up with. Okay, there's only a few contemporaries out of the ancient world, and they replicate the same. So it's Pliny the Elder, who they say is a Roman, who I say is a Phoenician. In fact, all of this is because the first chapter is Phoenicia. Always in this book, the overwhelming theme is Phoenicians. They're the first entry. Civil engineering is almost necessarily have to be coeval with the world's existence, and that its practical uselessness was fully appreciated by the ancients seems to be shadowed forth in one of the earliest fables. For when the waters which covered Fursery were to be drained, the land rendered serviceable for agriculture, and the air freed from miasma and pestilential vapours. So in the opening, they're telling you that they've reversed engineered, or antiquity has, is existence of machines that can drain the land, render it serviceable for agriculture, so terraforming, and clean the miasma out of the air. No mortal could contemplate to perform the task, and Hercules, and then it goes off about the narrative for the Hydra blocking dams. But it starts with the Phoenicians, Egyptians, Greeks and Romans, who active employment to civil engineers in draining marshes, mines, construction, sewers, bridges, aqueducts, baths, amphitheatres, roads, canals, moles, harbours, lighthouses, etc., etc. The remains of which are not only traceable, but sufficient to justify our conviction that they were executed by a class of men thoroughly acquainted with the principles of geometry and many branches of natural philosophy. After the destruction of the Roman Empire. Stop here. Now, all of these narratives, okay, I pinpoint to just prior to what they call the Enlightenment, when they found electric, or the Renaissance. So anything prior to the 1500s, I would say, was apocalypse or Mad Max land. Barter town, and that Rome was underwater and didn't actually have it all pumped out until a lot later. I think history was switched off. Okay, so as we already know, here's more evidence. After the destruction of the Roman Empire, all engineering works were under the direction of the superintendents of Freemasons and Brothers of the Bridge and other fraternities. So Freemasons got their masonry for nothing after the destruction of the Roman Empire. But civil engineering could scarcely be said to have been taken its place among the sciences until the desire to recover the submerged lands of Italy called into action the powers of those philosophers and mathematicians of the 17th century. Because it's all underwater. Okay, so it goes on to the contemporaries of the time, so it's Galileo, etc., etc. But the 17th century, let me just finish there. Whose writings lay the foundation for our knowledge in hydrodynamics, hydraulic architecture, as precised in Italy, soon spreading to Greater Europe. So all of it, in fact, all of the world, as you'll see. Okay, and I think we'll leave that there for now. Every single page has incredible clues, but we need to get on because the preface does go on a bit and you get the message. Okay, so what you find, oh excuse me, I wanted to go back to that, is aerostatics, which is taking electrostatic, so you get geometry, mineralogy, chemistry, so geometry, mechanics, okay, and very interesting, hydrostatics, the theory, the motions of fluids and various hydraulic machines that have been invented facilitate the operations of engineering in rising water. Okay, directed of course usefully for efficiency, whether for sanitary, domestic, agricultural purposes. So flushing toilets then, okay. And nature of atmosphere, okay. Experiments in atmosphere and warming and lighting. And they talk about some sort of perpetual light as well. The daily becoming matters of public attention must therefore occupy the consideration of every man in science. The civil engineer must be aware of fanciful theories, however may be his system. It's based on through knowledge of elements and directions, alchemy. But they talk about this lighting that literally keeps on going perpetually. I think it might be earlier. Anyway, so gaslighting, seems to be a lot of that going on. Steam, carpentry, and hydraulic engineering principles. But what the stone bridges over the River Thames, very interesting. Okay, built by the Phoenicians as well as the canal systems. I think they're part of the draining system. Okay. Also here, Sir Christopher Wren set out on his travels to examine and study the buildings which he received abomination and the most contemplate judges of the Egyptian, Greco-Romano-Roman medieval architecture, because basically he's apparently copied it to St Paul's Cathedral, his masterpiece. Oh, and Inigo Jones, the Welshman, as well, went and looked at all this shit. The Menai Bridge over the to Anglesey in Wales. So, interesting. Okay, contemporaries, but we're going to get to the juice and I'll explain what is going on. So, contents. Okay, history of civil engineering. The Phoenicians, the port of Sidon, Tyre and Carthage. It starts with, guys, the Phoenicians. Now, I got a book. I'll come back now. Here. The Adventures of Captain Mago, which says that he's in Sidon, and he says that it's just El Dorado. He describes the smells, the flowers, the buildings with silver roofs catching the sunlight, etc. He just paints a picture of seemingly heaven. Unfortunately, they sustain this lifestyle on a substance called nectar of the gods. Apparently not so much a wine, Okay, I think this thing has psychedelic properties, okay, because these people are not really describing the world through an alcoholic haze, more another type, okay. But silver, they find copper on the quayside, a load of copper. He doesn't know what he's doing there, but he decides to line his ships with copper. Now that's not supposed to happen until late 1700s, guys. Okay, with the British Royal Navy, copper covering their hulls of their battleships. So another narrative broken. Anyway, Egyptian pyramids, ports of Alexandria, smelting, refining metals, hydraulic architecture, stone quarries, obelisks and bridges. Okay, goes on to Grecian, Roman engineering, British engineering. Okay, so that's docks, all sorts on here. Okay, France and America. So we've got Havres, Quebec, Halifax, Montreal, Boston, New York. Really interesting, guys. Okay, just 2 secs, and I want to show you this. Now, what they say in this book is at Lake Fucnus, a similar work of greater magnitude, Pliny, who was supposed to be a Roman, who was a Phoenician, says it is one of the most memorable of his time in extent to drain a lake. It was commenced by the order of Emperor Claudius. 30,000 men were employed over 10 years. And what you find is the Starforts, pumping stations. They are hydraulic pumping stations, and they are there to pump water off the land. As you can see, these are Romans. So the Romans built the Starforts, or the Phoenicians, to pump water off the flooded land after a reset when they got most of the population out of the way. Okay, finished with the vast expanse in the year 1852. Don't worry too much about that. Rocks were pierced through, many hydraulic machines applied to draw water off, which constantly obstructed the workmen. Okay, and they talk about the reign of Nero as well. So I put all this into the Middle Era, I really do, because we have the evidence. So yeah, it's saying that the Romans built the Starforts originally, and they were for draining water off the land. Now I got extra evidence this is true. Over the last year or two, in a flat of British think tank, Captain Kirk has passed me a few of these on hydraulica, and what they're about is hydraulic systems in Starfort systems, proving that these things are at one stage pumping stations, probably terraformers, and cleaning the miasma, which we've seen on my depictions. So yeah, architectural hydraulica. Okay, and you have many depictions. You can see the Starfort, the pipes going in, etc. Okay, and this is from the 1700s or late 16, I think. So let's have a look for some thumbnailage, and I'll show you some of the engineering, which is quite amazing. There's quite a lot in this book as well. I've got many of these. So I can't really read much of it because it's in German, I believe, or Dutch, probably Dutch, yes. As a lot of them are. So hydraulicum, and it will give you the math, plumb bobbage, and the pumping mechanism for the whole thing. And that's put up in the 1700s from Decoding Antiquity, guys. Okay, get back to the thumbnail. That's the math. Let's see the practical. 2 secs, please, and I'll show you what I mean. All will be linked up. So this is inside. I think they're using gravity balls as well. Okay, and just tech for pumping. Now, what I did find out about the Phoenicians also, they are really big on hemp as well as this nectar stuff. They use it for their ships, their ropes, their sails. They got a specific design of ship going on, which is easy on the oarsmen. They're very close together, and they have a special with the copper lining. They're quick, really quick, across deep sea as well. So that's how they managed to take over the world, which I'll give you evidence for shortly, that the Phoenicians took over Tartaria, they sunk us, they reset us, and now we're sitting in their strange heliocentric death cult belief system, with most people on earth believe in it because they got the control mechanism through media, etc. And everyone just believes it. Stockholm Syndrome Extremo, Phoenician. Okay, so pew. Also, these are probably pumping stations. At first, we were discussing whether or not they were O2, H2O plants, some sort of hydrogen conversion. Who knows? I don't know how far away this is from the sea, but there's an outside skirt, sort of wall I feel missing. I feel this thing is also a pumping station, okay, as probably most castles were. Okay, so yeah, there's plenty more in here to be learned, guys. Okay, I'll link it up to you, but it does say the Romans built these as to get the water off the land after the floods. Okay, and there's much to be learnt in here, as you can see. Geometry, science perspective, isometric perspective, machines, hydraulic cranes, force pumps, bucket machines, supplies of towns with water, fresh cleaning filters. So it's quite advanced stuff. It's all aquatech. But yeah, lighting, warm lighting, grate stoves, hot water appliances warmed by steam, warming by air, ventilation lighthouses, lighting, gas lighting, retards, hydraulic mains, quicksilver valves. But it did state earlier, if I could find it, that they have perpetual lighting, but we have found this in the past anyway. So plenty more to learn. I'll pass that to you. Well done, Victor. Okay, that's the Starforts sort of nailed. And the Romans built it. Makes perfect sense. Of course, the Phoenicians. It's just nice to have a bit of evidence, isn't it? And here we go. The first chapter. Who knew? The Phoenicians. As a commerce at the art of war equally require the assistance of the engineer, his employment may be dated from the time when history notices the one or relates to the success which attends the other. War. I don't read about war. But anyway, so it starts with Phoenicians. I'm going to show you a little bit of evidence with them in a minute. Just going to show you that they took over the world. I've also had evidence of giants being taken out by pygmies. I'll see if I can bring that up in a minute. I don't know whether that's us. But yeah, the Phoenicians, they're the Canaanites, as you know. To the Phoenician, who so long enjoyed domination in the Mediterranean Sea, we must give credit for the first encouraging of art and civil engineering. No, they skanked it. They were among the earliest descendants of Noah. They settled on the coasts and who navigated subsequent to commerce. And people named Canaanites, which is obviously like from a murderer, which our Eastern language signifies merchants. So Canaanites means merchants. First inhabited the city of Sidon. Now we're going to look at that. Sidon seems to have an amazing Starfort system in this book, and it's in the other book some sort of golden age going on, okay, before they go and take over the world and take off Tartaria, who are the Tanish. In subsequent, consequence, it was built by the eldest son of Canaan, okay, whose name it bore, okay, and it goes into religious stuff, okay. What's this? So anyway, it goes into this book, this second book, which we're going to look at in a minute, the death cult, and how it's carried out. It's quite alarming, and they're practicing it today very, very much. So Homer talks about in the Odyssey about this city, and in the Odyssey, the world is reset by a plasma discharge event, and in the Iliad. So, cool. Traces of the ancient city, so something was there before. Okay, looks Starforty to me a bit. Cute edges there, and they show you Malta as well. Valletta, that Starfort system, which is a Phoenician colony, they say. Okay, this is old Tyre, first destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar in a siege for 13 years, and the inhabitants removed their treasures. Yeah, they put them all underground after the reset's over. Okay, they're obliged to rest satisfied with destroying the town on the mainland, after which they set out for Egypt. The Tyranians, or the tyrants of Tyre, were then compelled to submit rule of the Babylonians. So that would be the Phoenicians. Phoenicians rule the world. They are the controllers. Okay, it goes on. It's just incredible evidence. It's just mind-blowing, juicy evidence for it all. So I love confirmation. Not that I knew we were off in any. Everyone, you know, who's into this now knows that we were on the money. It's just nice to have confirmation and evidence. So engineering in the past put down to the wonderful Phoenicians, or not. And it goes into other places. Carthage. Okay. Thought it was the fall of Carthage, whatever happened there. And they're Phoenicians too. Okay, we're moving on, and it goes into Egypt then. Okay, Egyptian engineering, and it gives you the pyramid and its measurements, the king's chamber, the resonator, everything is in here, guys. Okay, it's engineering can be decoded also from this. Okay, and the king's chamber, the resonator. 333 feet. 333 feet. Okay, we're moving on. Now, please do feel free to subscribe to my channel, and please click that bell. And if you like this video at the end, can you please like it? I'm going to try and recover all. Basically increase content this month. I'm coming up to the conventions next month. I'm going to actually jump on this. Okay, give it my full attention. Now, these are the artworks of Piranesi. Okay, he is a late 17th century artist, and he paints a ruined Rome. Okay, and he paints all underground, giant prisons and these strange catacombs which have treasures. Some are ruined, some are not, but giant mausoleums, or where dead people are kept, crypts. Now, is this some sort of stasis? You know, some of the artworks are still there. These two are taking a drink from the font, and they're coming in because they just arrived in this place, and they're checking out their finds, the Freemasons. Okay, and we'll have this good in no time. Just need a few thousand slaves. That won't be any problem. We got the entire plane. Yes, of course. Bit glowy, isn't they? Stop that glowy thing. And the Phoenicians and their crazy ass satanic death cult. Now, in this book, Captain Mago, he wants to go on. He's got a voyage together where he has to drop some slaves to the king of Nineveh in Tanis at this stage, and basically they have to, for safe voyage, do a sacrifice. The bigger the sacrifice, the more jolly you have. Okay, the better luck you have. So they literally just like torture a load of human children as part of their death cult. It's how they got to keep appeasing the gods because their god is so good, if that makes sense, and they want to keep doing that because they don't want to lose it. It's like weird magic or something. So these are dead people, but they're not in here. They're marked up elites. So why would they keep elites? Is it that they're in stasis till after the events, or is it their goods? Here they are. As Pompey says there. So plaquage. They will give you circuit board cities as well. Piranesi will. Okay, that doesn't look very Roman. That rotunda. Oh, look. All underground. Can't say, but it's got a break wall. So it looks like some sort of terraforming unit with this steam coming out, maybe. Like we were right all along about that terraforming, you know, after the event. That Phoenician. How the world must have been. And not long ago, Talise turned up with the nectar of the gods, commerce, temptation, whisper in the air. We got him. We got him. they were easy, is what they say. And they talk about it to a great extent in this book of how they do it, which I've explained before. Every major port on earth, guys. They got Hamburg, they got Rotterdam, they got Brooklyn, they got Hong Kong, they got it all. Everything that goes through there, all that shit goes through them. I wonder what that did. So yeah, he's definitely my favourite engraver ever, Piranesi. And he paints the world as he's seen it. I don't know what that building was. Phew. Very technical though. Looks electromagnetic to me. But, and Pegasus is. And what looks like a bit of mosaic. I really couldn't say, guys. Not sure about that. And a pyramid, which is a bunker. Okay, it's a bunker. Alright, pyramidics. They've even got a nice little observation part here. It's under this tower, part of the complex. Air breathing shafts. This could be part of the complex. Maybe an air filtration system, who knows? Goes deeper. So they've got a pyramid bunker under their hill to survive the floodage, because people do, you know. And they bring the rest of us in from off pond somewhere, probably, or more Landinia. We're completely oblivious to. We don't know anything of our reality. They hide it all. We didn't even know about any of this till recently. Very, very fucking sinister it all is. People have been following this for quite some time now. There's no going back. You just know. The terrifying truth of it all. And it just makes all the difference in the world. So, what do you think makes these? A bit big, aren't they? Okay. So, Piranesi. Should have a little bit of classical music for Piranesi, but I don't want to get copyrighted. See one of these arches. I wonder what it is, this thing. It's a device. It has to be. Anyway. And these catacombs in these vaults. Goods sealed off for after the events, because it looks like they're getting barrels out and collecting back this stuff. It could be art stashes, like a safety deposit box. Here they are underground, see. Crypt, yeah, but why would that be the first thing they go into after an event, guys? Who give a shit? They'd be concerned with the dead, wouldn't they? Or the architecture. Not the elites, all hanging up in a wall. It just says something else. There's that Roman thing again. Camera. Bullheadage. And some Phoenician bullshit going down. What are they? Ooh. They look good. Anyway. All about the grapes. Look at that. In there. Tudoros. Tudoros. Okay, we move on. So, the mud-flooded world. Exactly what it would look like just after the waters receded. 2 years growing back, maybe a few more. There's not much plant growth. Okay. They got some crazy artworks later on in this book. Oof. I'll link it up anyway. You're not going to miss anything. I know I'm going through a bit quick, but look at them for jugs, guys. See the size of them? Do you know what they are? They're giant's ashes. No, they are. I'll show you now. They're giant's ashes. You got proof. I'll show you now. And they're getting the shit out. They got the ladders in. This was obviously bigger and full of mud. You know, can't really walk through there, can you? What's the point? The building is so small. That was bigger. Okay. And domed old world buildings. I would love to know what these things actually did. Let me see if I can find that. Oh god, look at this. Let me get my nose off. How do you smell? No, pretty nosy. And so you have these, you know, like Coptic jars or what have you, and this one's been broken open, but it's full of stuff. Can you see the stuff? And this is resting up beside it, guys. It is a leg bone of a giant, which Piranesi has put next to a giant jar. And I'm wondering if these jars are the ashes of giants. They're too big for humans, that's for sure. So, ka-ching, ka-ching, I mean. Giants. Okay, no, move on. So it's bloody good to be back, peeps. Honestly, missed the old flat earth British thing going on, but sometimes you get a bad buzz off this internet digital thing. Something going on with it. It's a bit ugh. So you need to get back into nature, grass, meet people, and get out in the world. You know, enjoy music, okay, the air, and the environment. Meet people, have fun with good people. There are good people out there. Unfortunately, the ones that sit there moaning all day on, you know, videos and stuff like, you know, the keyboard warrior clan, they're not enjoying life the same. Right. So whatever was here, it was giant skyscraper age, guys. Look at the height of these. This smashed world. Piranesi. Painting, engraving, exactly what he saw. The water's still here. Of when it was all underwater, just after Pegasus. Look at this thing. This is just after. They're getting the ladders up and checking this stuff out. These are crews, guys. These are crews. I'd love to know what that is. Pyramid stupa. Okay. Well, we'll be moving on shortly. I want to get through some. And what they explain in this Sidon, when this Captain Mago is there getting his ship together in this book that I've got for you, I'm going to read and talk about next time actually, is the sound of organs and trumpets and tambourines and percussion instruments in the streets, in the air, in the ether. There they are again. And he's taking note. Right, it could be the artworks, they could be safety deposit type things. Or elites. Why would they be bothered if it's been an event? There they are again. All underground. Below ground level. That deep in the mud. Some effort to put them there, guys, all of these. See the ladders? What do you think, peeps? What do you think this is? I know obviously it's a mausoleum, but you don't get the ladders, take, you know, names, and the first thing you do after an apocalyptic event, like the dead are the dead, you're not going to be bothered. Apart from burying them. They're not doing much of that there, are they? They're taking stock. Could be safety deposit. They got to keep all this somewhere, and this is it then. What they've taken out of there, maybe? From this strange Phoenician reality. There's one of those blancmange molds. Jelly mold. Or jello. Jello mold. What do you think this is, guy? The portal with the eyeballs. More strangeness. From bas reliefs of deities. Phoenician deities laying alongside all of these scallows. That's a bit of a sinister scene, isn't it? Elites seem alright. Some of them are out. Stood up. Bones. Not sure. And there's the elites' names. Flavius Bastards. Inconscientious buttocks. Stuff like that. Oh, the floor's washed away, yeah. And more deados. So an entrance to a bunker. This pyramid is a bunker. Because it's got entrance and there's an underground system to it. Okay. Which you'll see here. the entrance, and it takes you deep underground for survival. I bet them lamps last. I bet they illuminate light. So there, Phoenician artworks of Piranesi. Absolutely stunning. Whew. Look at the size of that bloody thing. Anyway, let's move on, because it'll be the 10th of never this video. I always say that, but it's just so good. So it says in this book, which I'll show you shortly, that they took over the world. Britain and the Celts were earlier. I take the Americas, as we know, through the Phoenicians in Haiti and Americas, as we've covered on this vlog. Arriving in Rome, the river Tiber is a bit messed up with mud, and the Castel d'Angelo is just being reverse engineered, probably, and all the underground catacombs, all underground, survive. Look at these walls. Who built them, guys? Look at the size of men. Yeah? Yeah, men did that. Great men with great skill, that book says. Oh, look at this, the modern day. Okay, hope these ain't glitching me up, I just thought of that. And I'm gonna leave the rest to you, because there's just too many to see. Okay? There you get the drift, surely. So reset world, all mud flooded out, and underground installations. Okay, and circuit board cities as well. Sorry if that's making you dizzy. They go very, very deep, these as well. Okay? These are coffer dams. These are very, very deep. Look at the size of that for masonry. Where the blocks have fallen off. Christ, they're huge. Not bad, is it, peeps? It's just not bad at all. He drew what he seen. Okay, we're moving on. Like I said, guys, there's plenty more in here. Mud flood extraordinaire. I'll give you a little look now. There we go, petrol. You want like that? Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of it, and it will give you some amazing mud flood, antiquitech, all these strange underground installations, and this sort of stuff, which is also brilliant. Okay, we're moving on. Now, what I've been reading is this book, The Adventures of Captain Mano, and as I said, we'll start here and I'll go back. Okay, just the evidence of what we've been looking for. The Tanish are in the Bible. We know that the Tanish are Tartars. They explain in this, like, if you look into it, it says the Tanish are from ancient Anatolia, which is just northeast of the Mediterranean coast. But they state in this book that it is, Nineveh is included in it, and it goes right the way north, so it is the Tartars. And this is the score, is they're going to take them out. They got their goods, they got their slaves. Okay, they should drive us out from our own domain, build ships and encounter us upon the ocean, where the supremacy has hitherto all of late been ours. Yet to the Chittim and the Utita and Carthage and Tanish to fall back upon, the whole world is ours. The whole world is ours. The Phoenicians. Now, I have only read, I don't know, 50 odd pages, and I want to go a bit further, but what it has told us is they had a golden sort of era based on appeasing gods with child sacrifice, and they do them on number as well, numbers. I mean, it's not just one, and they do it on dates as well, so to do with a weird astrology. Okay, Adventures of Captain Mago, the Phoenician Expedition. Now, says it's 1000 BC. Okay, now in here, Captain Mago is an understudy of Hanno. Hanno, the famous navigator, Greek navigator. But they state Hanno was supposed to be in the 6th, 7th century BC, to my mind. So there's a 300-year discrepancy. But I'm scrapping that date. This book is from 1876, and what we're looking at is a reverse engineering again of the Phoenicians, okay, and the way of this voyage. So it explains everything about their customs and how they do sacrifice and their incredible monuments, and they need to just sacrifice constantly to appease the gods. They're all on this Nectar. There was a big fight broke out over this Nectar. So I'm Captain Mago of the Harem. Harem is the same name of the ship which sailed to the Amazon and Haiti, Central America, in a book we decoded it very early on. Okay, King of Tyre as well as aware that my experience as a sailor was very great. In the 3rd year of the reign, that he summoned me to the presence in Sidon, the city of the fishermen and the metropolis of the Phoenician. Okay, he was already on voyages. He had visited Malta, as another Phoenician enclave, and how he traded with the Bozar in the city founded by the Sidonians, but now called Catharda by the Tartarians, and how I had reached the remote gates of the lands of the Tanish, the Tartars. Okay, and they plan to take them out in this book. They build a fleet, copper lined, sleek, fast, with no other intent than to take over the whole world. This is complete megalomaniac Phoenician family originally, which they tell you in this book. If you think of the Greek gods like Zeus, Apollo, they are all just different personifications through all religions for exactly the same characters at exactly the same period. All of this and everything I'm talking about in this vlog happened in one time and one place. Well, the whole plane, but in one time. Okay, now it goes on. There's amazing stuff in it, but I'm going to need to go back to this book. Okay, guys, it's just they talk about silver is the biggest commodity of the Tartarians, and they want it. Hannibal is on the crew before he goes off to probably go across the mountains on his bloody elephant, whatever. But yeah, he's a member of the crew. Okay, and their religion is Baal. Help me, Baal. And they're always sort of doing Baal prayers right the way through as well, because they're Phoenicians. And their habits, like this, the main character in the story, right, guys, is a bod milker. And it's like, are you okay to do fucking anything nasty? Okay, they hate the Chaldeans as much as they hate us. Now, where are we now? Shrek out of our excited Shrek shrieked out to the excited man. They are everyone upon their way of cursed city of Chaldeans. Okay, he talks about the Chaldeans. He would like to rip them from limb to limb. He's not a very nice man. Anyway, he's mostly angry. Anyway, he curses the Chaldeans and the Tanish, which he hates. The Tartars. They hate everyone. The Phoenicians hate everyone. So they're going off to King of Nineveh because they got a good supply of slavage, which he picked up. He brags about. He says they're very good specimens, whatever, of humanity. So yeah, they're fucking sick. Okay, it goes on. They tell you all about it, and the sacrifices, and a fight over a jug of nectar, which is something more in this book. Anyway, and our excellent Phoenician hemp, which arrived from Arvad and Tyre, was skillfully twisted into a very substantial texture and was the same material that resolved to make the robes. And they talk about earlier on, they're going in through the arsenal, they wondered how they accumulated the mass of copper. Well, they got it from beautiful little tin operated from the Celts in distant lands in the far northwest. So they nicked their stuff from Britain in Little Brit tin, because there must have been tin mines in Cornwall, which were. Phoenicians reaped 200 years before they discovered the silver mines of Tarnish. So they're off there for the quicksilver. It's a massive part of the alchemical process, and it's important for whatever spell or thing that they're doing, which I suspect is to do with staying alive, because it seems to be a big thing with these. Staying alive when the reset happens. Okay, because they know they've been shit, and they know that the creator's not going to be very happy, so they're just going to be wanting to keep it all going. This is this fight over Nectar. Okay, that's Hanno there. Hanno, the apparently famous Greek navigator, Greek Phoenician. Yeah, he has to gently put it down. He had a bit of, apparently it's better to lose, a leg chopped off with a sword than drop a jug of the FE Convention. That is coming up. We'll talk about that shortly. Nay, nay, said Hanno. I did not want him to be angry. It was a thoughtless joke, because he had a fight and he was going to smack him over the head with a jar of nectar. So yeah, it goes on. I haven't got to Tarnish yet, but I'll keep you all informed. It's coming in a PDF form. I'm not sure if I can even share it, but we'll try. Anyway, moving on. So this is an alchemical book for you, and it shows you very sinister stuff. It is spells in chemical formula. It's in a foreign language, but the depictions are resetty. Okay, bird in a cage. What does that mean? Okay, let's take a look. God, my voice is going. Okay, what you do get is resetty pictures. If I show you, getting a lot of nice animalage coming up, and some alchemy, just mixed by some hidden hand. That could be just allegory for electromagnetics. And we have some English there as well. Okay, an alchemical book of emblems. Okay, fisheries, how to get food in an alchemical way using their control mechanism. That could be, I don't know, electrolysis of plant growth. And that strange Phoenician submarine that keeps turning up. And I'm not even sure. Flooded world, yes. The flooded world. How to catch a bird. How to keep the lantern going so a ship doesn't crash. Fisheries. So this is all about getting grub when this happens. So flood happens, controllers flood us, and the towers are all burning because it's either water or plasma. Yeah, no, hold your head, mate. Despair, despair. Oh, get the fuck out of there. I don't blame you, mate. It's not good. Lucifer, the candle, the light giver, cutting it off. Who knows? The plants are growing big. Salt on slugs. Oh, that makes sense. So this is like a gardening pamphlet, and how to survive after a reset, so to speak. So fast attitude, pretty good. Oh, she looks grumpy. Anyway, we're moving on. So this is to prove to you, again with the other book, that apart from Piranesi art of being in Rome, this is Baalbek, okay, the Phoenician or Babylonian center, Baalbek, okay, and it is also exactly the same architecture, and it's all mud, flood and ruined in this book. I'll pass it to you. It gives you the designs for their vaulting systems, almost as if they're still standing, but what you will see is the whole place is just inundated with mud. So they've had an event, the flood affected their capital at the same time. They've skipped it, they never rebuilt it, they just occupied the rest of the world. They didn't need it. There it is. Apparently built by giants. You see the entrance to the underground installations of these places, because they knew that the cyclical reset nature of this plane that we live on, this realm, they knew. Because they had the power, they had the knowledge that's held back from the rest of us, which is now out there. So the monuments of Baalbek in a depiction book for you all to enjoy. We're moving on. Now, this is a book of emblems, but it gives you, it's all in English. It's actually brilliant. I'll get to the beginning now, but they give you a little sort of poem. It's a book of epitaphs, which is basically sayings on tombstones, etc., of philosophers and alchemists. We'll have a look at some of them. Okay, they give this sort of thing. This I thought really interesting. The chaosif inneth eccentric centre still. So if you're an eccentric, okay, well then you're an heliocentric. So you've got your shit together and you realise that's all bogus. So the chaos in eccentric centre still, we are still, hath death's head tenery, crows an owly bill, whole square face, under times consumed glass of fire and water. 6 days angels pass with the spiny bulb. Explanation too. Now this is very interesting. Listen to this. A Sabbatean rest makes all stand still. So they're on about the Zabbatian death cult of 1666, Zabbatiah Zabbati, who was a Jewish mystic who had millions and millions of people in his death cult, and they all suffered the same visions as him, anyone who went in it. Apparently carried over into the modern day, and apparently very powerful. So a Sabbatean rest makes all stand still. After each colour framed doeth owners praise, then all things multiply to the end of days. The two in number, but one in kind. The four in nature, the three one do bind. And then the quintessent wheels thrice in its sphere to conquer all mortals everywhere. And they talk about the owl appears in darkness, yellowish red. The white are seen upon the hooves head, and the birds of paradise and phoenix fly with starry brightness in the sphere sky, through milky paths up to the moon and sun, to multiply till apt have done. Okay, and here's their death cult people. Okay, so Apollo, Hermes, Minerva, out of the Hieroglyphica, all of these different people from different cultures, the Hermetics, are all in the same thing here. So yeah, pretty amazing this book, guys. Let me get to the beginning for you. Shit hot this is, you're going to love it. So it's Philosophy Epitaphs, okay, Brief of the Golden Calf of the World's Idol, 1688. Joanna Frederick, and it is epic. It really is. Look at the depictions. So these are for alchemical formula mixings of salt, saltpeter, mercury, all with electromagnetic properties, which is, as you see, the wind blowing on you on the hourglass. It's electromagnetic. And it's in English, so it's good to read. Morning light of dawn. They also talk about perpetual electric lights, I think, in this. I'm not quite sure if it was this one. I read a lot of books. Okay. Morning light of wisdom. So you may enjoy that if you're into alchemy and this sort of subject. This is golden. Okay. Second principles of nature. Third principles, namely elements. So yeah, it's bloody good shit in here. Okay. The elements, contrary element in creation. So that'll probably be non-Newtonian, something like that. Principle of origin of evil one and angels. So it goes on about Lucifer and the whole narrative, which is not exactly a Bible narrative either when you've overread it. So difference between light and darkness and light and fire. So incredible early mystery. I'm sure they go into health things as well, but anyway, I'm sure. One of the creation of world, okay, how this thing came around. It's got Adam and Eve in there and everything else, so hope you enjoy that. Oh, no, the manifest that all water and dew before it was bodily water, first vapour. This is interesting. The word of God, there you go. So we may set out the depths of creation, out of which it is produced. The threefold: first, the word of God, in which is light, through which all things are made. Sound, vibration. And the word was what? Love. So these are, I'll flick through these quick because they're colourful, and it's getting on in time. And they're Phoenician depictions of the Phoenician world, and it'll show you what these people were all about in beautiful colour. Okay, so that's the Phoenician Egyptians and their incredible aquatech devices. Excuse me. So let's move on, because I got quite a bit to get through here now, and I don't want this 2-hour vlog. So yeah, as you can see, after events, so it's the same thing, amazing monuments, and this one, it says it's in America. So it's a giant Phoenician again, in America, and well, they say Assyrians, but they're Phoenicians. Okay, deep in the mud, giants, deep in the mud, and their ruined world. And the same thing going on, bunkers and vaulting systems under the entire of antiquity. Work the excavation on the Acropolis in Greece, in Athens, and it's only just been doing. Look at the mud up here. Okay, and they're taking some of the antiquity out. Is that Napoleon? They're just removing it like they do in the modern day. So don't worry, I will link it up to you. You're not going to miss it all. I just want to flick through, take a look at some of this. You get fasces in you as well, a bit later on, I think. So the arches of Rome, Constantine Arch. People visited them after the event. And the beautiful Minoan Empire, which was taken up by apparently the Santorini event. This is the facade. Oh no, this is Persepolis. Okay, well that's not supposed to exist. Okay, Palace of Darius, who's a Phoenician, as you can see. And temples. What are they about? So many of them. And the Colosseum, Parthenon, and look at this. Water draining off. And the Parthenon in Rome. And 2 water towers. Okay, because you wouldn't be able to watch much of a crowd in there. You'd fall, you wouldn't have a crowd in there. They'd all fall down, wouldn't they? It's too narrow, too high. And a Phoenician totem pole with ships. You've got one of them in New York, Madison Gardens, and you've got one in St. Petersburg. They're all over. They're all over. Okay, that looks like St. Petersburg. Okay. So we're getting all Phoenicianed out now. So you get a few faceless night setups, and I think we get a bit of fasces going on shortly in an armaments collection. So fasces, open, charge, okay, and you got 2 fasces here. Some helmetage, some of the weaponry, and crown, and some Phoenician stuff. So pretty cool. Fasces in with weaponry. Okay, happy hats, more weaponry. Move on. Don't take notice of that. Doesn't look very nice anyway. So usual suppression of humanity. This guy thinks that he's boss or something. This club, I don't think that smashes the wall down, guys. I think this more projects something. Just a guess. You'll see later on, it just doesn't do nothing to the wall and everything's on fire. I don't think that thing would make fire if it was smacking the wall, would it? So Kinetic energy exploding. No. Sumerians, what are they doing? Don't know what they are. And pine cones, electromagnetic. Maybe. Ooh. This is what happened to you if you don't do your fucking told. Yeah, whatever. She got a gherkin knife. You seen? I give you some tomato soup. You want to chop my head off? You don't know. So, happy days there, maybe, maybe not. It's difficult to say in antiquity. Shit always going down. So a load of Phoenicians in their super quick, slick ships. Nineveh or Babylon. Nice little grid system. And there's the capture of Babylon. Skyscraper cities with antiquitech. Not long ago. And there it is when it was reset. In that event that I've been talking about all vlog. And beautiful colour. Doesn't really show up if I mag it up anymore. Okay. And the Hanging Tuck Gardens of Babylon, the Tower of Babel. So, rather beautiful. See if we can find anything else quite juicy. Oh, lovely. He's giving him a branch. Might want that for later. Okay. You can never have too many branches. Okay. And some dude who's got it going on. He's king. He's a kingage. Okay. Smacking someone's head in with maces, as you do. That's Saturday afternoon entertainment. She's like, what are you watching here out of the window for? See? Smack him. Punching Judy. Oh, looks like that's Justinian. We don't feel very well time. Probably is. Probably is. And medieval tomfoolery. In many mini dresses and like somebody letting out of a tower. Don't know what's going on with that. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Okay. Bull worship. Bullshit is what I say. Oh, hail. Stuff. How about not hailing any of it? Any. Eh? Can we do that? No, you must hail. You must do some hailing. Kneel before me. Why? 'Cause. Oh, there's Lilith. Yeah. Tricky. It's all very, very tricky. Bit of flagellating going on. That looks like a photograph, that. It's only a fucking €1,000. Of course it's a photo. We had camera obscura. And the Holy Spirit come to save us all from this, ourselves. We hang ourselves up on wood and I don't know, they got like smooth bits. But anyway, it's not a good day. Again. Ever. On these books. There's a lot of carnage going down, a lot of kingage, bossing shit round, a load of sucking up, a lot of yeah. Fucking hell. What is it that they got that they want so bad? Huh? Sheesh. See what I mean with this tabernacle thing going on, guys? I think it's mass sacrifice. I think they're popping hundreds in there and burning them off, you know. It's probably what's happening. Do you know, the Pope, they choose a new one and they're all there waiting. Oh, the white smoke will be up now. Then we can have the Campanellages going with the bells. Then we'll have a new popage. Bullshit. So while this is happening, that smoke looks fucking sinister. Yeah? They're all clapping. Yeah, they're sacrificing shit in there. That's that smoke. That's why it changes colour, not sticking dye in. Just my theory, anyway. Sounds right. Yeah? Oh, a giant throwing a stone at her boat. We got giant age. You got giant age. Okay, let's move smaller. Oh yeah, he's big, isn't he? Whoa. Cyclops. He's only got one eye. No wonder he can't fucking hit anything. Excuse my language. Not really. No, he's got two eyes. Yeah, you get bad press, you do, Cyclops. They say you got one eye and you need like one, you know, a pair of glasses with just, or a pair of sunglasses with just the one sunglass, right? Which I don't sell, by the way. There's a guy tied to the mast. He's not crucified, he's just tied to the mast. She's having a pig out. Not actually sure. Seems to be a lot of, that looks like gay, and that is not sure. Not sure. It is the Phoenicians, after all. Odyssey. So seems to be a lot of cavorting going on with these lot, don't they? They do a lot of cavorting, you know. Whatever that is. We'll cavort before we reset. Fuck the lot of you. You're our slaves anyway. Well, that's nice. Still, that's very trippy. Not too much cavorting. Anyway, Martin just like not even posting really, just gone miles away talking to himself. This is another one. China monuments I'm going to give to you guys. I'm not going to go through it because of the time aspect. It's Akirsta, it's Tartaria, and it gives you their shit. Okay, you might want to see it, and I'll link it up anyway. Their language, their Jesuitical customs, and a lot more are sucking up and oppressing the locals, as always, okay? As you do when you're a Jesuit, okay? They call them missions, but they, you know, it don't take them no time at all before they institute this strange death cult. You must believe. Ooh. Okay. Believe. Praise me. Praise me now. Ain't I a real motherfucker? Look at that. Yeah? Would you trust that? That goes beyond two-faced, guys. It's like, ooh. Just saying. They're doing a bit of that sucking up thing I was talking about earlier. Seems to be a lot of that going on. And yeah. Something weird going on with all that sucking up thing. Don't feel the need to do any of that. I don't think anybody does, do they? Giants! Or is that just a kid? Difficult to say. I wish I found that. Oh, it's a kid. I wish I found that. Oh, happy hat. That book saying about pygmies killing giants. Is it in this one? It's in this one somewhere. At the very beginning. Pygmies killing giants. I might have marked the book up, did I? No. When I find it, I'll post it in the next post. We're moving on. Now I got a link here for brilliant maps for you guys. I'm going to link, and it will give you Asian maps. Not that they want to load. I'll give you an idea. So it's awesome to be back. Wow, a whole week. I've made hardly any posts in the last month. I've been so busy. So they're in beautiful colour, and you can just slide through. You can mag up. Okay. Check out all the warmth of the land of fire, which is supposed to be an icy continent, by the way. Okay. And they're beautiful. Okay, they're all Jesuit. They are all Phoenician. There's a couple of these they show you in the corners. They're resetting. It's crazy. All got the four angels, obviously. Okay. So we've got no time to go through them anyway. Sorry to be hurrying, but and the old Force Cat map. Okay. Which gives us clues. Got Mount Meru on it. Okay. So I'll link that to you anyway. No, like I said, Malta is also a Phoenician enclave or colony, and it's still there. This is near the Starfort. It's there, the Starfort. They have a stately home type of thing. And it's a hotel, the Hotel Phoenician in Malta, on the Starforts system itself. It's beautiful, it's luxurious, and it's the Phoenicians in the centre of Valletta. Just showing you in plain sight who rules the roost. Now, for now. Okay, we got some images of the day. I hope I don't freeze on these guys. So what we got here is me and Mellage out and about last week in Nottingham, in Cardiff as well. A little bit of the pop festival that we went to. I tried red pilling some guy, but basically I just blurted it all out in one go. But yeah, you can get an idea of what Flat Earth British man gets up to. Among other things, a mud flood video as well, okay, in Nottingham, and it is pretty shit hot actually, so we're going to have a look at what we've been up to. Okay, this is in Cardiff. It's on the side of what was a college or something. I just like the artwork, plus it's that same old, you know. Oh, I didn't see the love heart. I love you. Alright, fair enough. Strange historical narratives. Now this is in a town in the north, in Nottingham actually, called Sutton on Ashby, or Sutton, and it is the biggest sundial in Europe apparently, but it's the only thing the town got. The rest is just not happening. And see the sundial here, it's on Google. It's one of the biggest in Europe. This is actually a keel of a ship, even though it's nowhere near the sea. So yeah, there's not much happening in the town, and they got rid of all of the old antiquity. In the local pub there, you can see the photographs. This place was beautiful, full of Tartarian buildings. Now look at it. Anyway, so we walked past a sixth form college, and there was 3 boys outside, and we said, bit shit that building, innit? Got rid of the good ones. They said, yeah, it is bloody rubbish. We go there, like. We said, oh, you know about the flat earth? And they said, yeah, we were told in there. Sorry? You were told in schools? Yeah, they teach us that the earth's flat in there. So what do you think? They're telling us in school. We're like, what? So some of these sixth form college teachers are teaching their kids that the earth's flat, the truth. So that was interesting. But why Sutton? Like sunset, and they got, you know, the centre of England. I think it might be some key, and it's not far off the 0 longitude line either. Now, this is in the Sahara Desert, a site. I'm going to show you it now. Excuse me, it's this site now. I'll link it up if you want to follow the link. Ashila and Ajar, in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's vast plateau, okay, and they found these there, 72,000 kilometers of area. Okay, could this be Babel? It's down by there, okay, in Algeria. Take a look at this. Okay, oh shit, sorry. It's endless straight streets, blocks, and these strange formations. It certainly looks like there's been a civilization. This does not look natural. Too perpendicular, too straight. So there was a city there in the past that's been completely taken out. Now the next one is pretty mind-blowing. Oh, not this. This is Richard being a silly sausage again over my 3-legged horse. Free-wheeled pulled by 3-legged horse. Of course, it's elementary. So as you can see, one of them pretending space cars or moon rovers. Moon rovers. It's a dog. Are still up there apparently. Yeah. Maybe with our high-power cameras we could pinpoint them out. They got good cameras. You show us. Anyway. Now, what about this? The Twin Towers are hollow and no one died. Now, this got sent to me. It's a video. I don't know who it is to share it or anything. It was just a video, or a bit of a cut of a video. And what it shows is this. Okay, now you got Freedom Tower with a sunset behind it. It's a completely empty building. In fact, I go as far as to say the whole thing was an antenna. And there's nothing in there. It's empty floors. No okay, except for observation platforms and some certain floors. Now, what you find is exact out of all of the buildings of New York City, okay, you get to see the same feature with this and the Twin Towers are completely empty. Is it conceivable that when people go in there to work, they go into observation platforms, a certain amount of floors maybe from here, 30 floors maybe here, observation deck here, maybe half a dozen floors here, and the rest, as you can see guys, are completely empty. These are antennas, or tuning forks, or tech, which will explain why these fell at free fall speed. There was nothing inside them, guys. There was no one inside them because there was nothing inside them. These are hollow. Could they have conned everyone to believing all of the floors were occupied? Well, yeah. And we're decorating between 17 and 28 or what have you. Asbestos removal. I think that was undergoing, wasn't it, in Weinstein? And they had operators in there doing work, which has been put into that thermite planting situation. None of that. This thing is hollow, guys. And it explains when it hits the floor as well, you know, the lack of, you don't see all computers. There must be 10,000 computers in that building. You don't see one. You don't see one on that floor. Papers, yeah, but paper? It's the same. It's an antenna. It's hollow. Okay? And this is a link on that video, Hollow Towers. Stop Fundamentalist. Don't even know what that says, don't like the sound of it. And it just prostrates. Some guy sent it to me, so thank you for that. Okay, and you see no evidence of any computers or anything actually much for the size of that building, except for dust when it fell, and it appears to be hollow completely, and more an antenna than anything else. I think that's it. I think they're hollow. I think they were hollow all along. So we're moving on. So, oh yeah, this is me in Smeaton in Nottingham City, and we're looking at. I'm with Melage last week. Went up and hung out again, looking at stuff because we're actually really good at history. We know exactly where to look. So basically, it just kills it. So that's a crazy mud flood building. Okay, there's me on that boiling hot 35-degree day last week, and that building is insane. Take a look at this. Okay, there's a bit of footage from Melage. It's that deep under the road. It's like 30 foot down or 20 foot down. Okay, and they've even got a wall to hold it away, which makes no sense why you wouldn't build the building up here on road level and save having to have the retainer. This is a well taken by Melage, thanks Melage, near a castle, and it's 1824 spawn restored. Respawn there in Allen Hill. So that was me on the train passing through Birmingham, and I'm going to be there again in maybe 6 weeks or so for the British Flat Earthers Convention, guys. Okay, if you want to check it out, check out Flat Earth British. There's going to be other people there as well, Flat Earth, you know, peeps, and watch us red pill everyone. Okay, and this is Birmingham of today, and here's a video from Melage. So about mud flood. It's 5 minutes long, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, she sounds very, very like on a history TV program. She sounds exactly like that. Not as bad as Mary Beard, because that woman's like bad mouth, but Melage.
Nottingham, Roden Street, Snenton. If anybody knows Nottingham, this is just outside the city centre on the south side. And Martin Liedtke, Flat Earth British.
That's me.
British. Oh, it is you. Okay. We're investigating again.
It's mudflow gold, Roger. Look at this for depth. This is just ridiculous.
So anyway, we found this little old building. I've grown up around here, so I'm kind of used to this.
Ooh, it goes so long. How do we explain this?
How do we explain this moat?
Oh, it's been mud. Lots of mud.
It's a moat.
They've even put in a buttress to hold the road away and the retaining wall to stop it all falling in on a building, which is architecturally insane.
Good, eh?
I mean, to have the road this high up against the building.
So let's have a little walk around the area of Sneinton. This was all factories, warehouses, all that kind of thing. When I was a kid, a load of pubs around here, of which I used to live in one more or less. My screen looks a bit thingy, doesn't it? What's going on there? I don't know either. Does it go that way? Wait, there you go. Anyway, that's nice. Blocked off a few windows.
And domage.
Loads of domesage.
Domes and everything.
So here's your new architecture. Oh, how lovely. The thought that went into this, it's sublime. They had to, you know, get the two different shades of gun battleship grey.
Just define that.
And there we go.
It's a wall and it's blue corrugated. Check that all way.
Took a lot of working out, that did.
Look at
So
the
there's some kind of weirdness. What was that?
It's just a
Delivery hatch.
it's a very little man working out there. look over there. Look at the got matches there.
A little springy man. So this one's been falling to pieces for ages, and they've just put this little fence up around it. This has been, you know, obviously.
I just went and got in there actually and lifted them plates up to have a look.
Martin just actually went into that bit and
had a look into them plates.
had a look under there, but they've concreted them all up. We wanted to see. I thought maybe you could still see under there because I knew they were loose, but like I say, since we've been on this sort of thing, they're kind of not letting you get near things like that. It's a shame.
Why would they put these iron over if they concreted them in? That's what I want to know.
So this building, my daughter used to live here with a boyfriend. I'm sure they had one of these basement flats. This isn't. These aren't the basement flats.
It's open.
Don't breaking and entering. Not. So check this gateway. Look at this. How's this? So there's one. There's one blocked off. There's your little ways in.
Bit of a big deal, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want a fire station now?
No, not a fire station. These are now sort of like luxury little houses.
How deep they go?
They go deep. There's people living in there.
It's a car park.
No.
No?
No. So people live in theirs. These are air bricks. Basements. There's your other gateway, so you can see inside the courtyard on this. So this place got restored probably, let's think now, probably 10 or so, maybe more. Maybe 15 years ago this was restored. It was just standing here empty like a lot of them. Look, you know, people's houses. There's somebody looking at you.
Looks like 20 foot down.
I know. Ooh, yeah. Rock on in a free world. And anyway, let's have a look.
What was that? Creme brulee? Jesus Christ.
What, eh?
I don't know what's that.
Creme brulee?
Fictitious band that doesn't really exist.
So anyway,
Everybody don't like.
that's the front of it.
1869?
1869.
Right, got any photos of that being built then?
No, is there that got a www dot?
Yeah, they got a website address for 1869 guys. Okay?
It's not. What
Google
is
it
it?
up, find out. I hope that's not a 10 to 4 up there on that compass.
Oh,
It is though, isn't
it
it?
is, isn't it?
I know.
There you go.
And it's under domage.
It is fascinating. And up there, if you can just see those little houses through those trees, that's called the promenade.
Oh, there's 2 pillars on there. And we found a 3rd pillar today, which is apparently, it's not just Joachim and Bo, it's the 3 Masonic pillars. There's a 3rd, which makes
Harim.
one Harim. Or Jarim with a J. Jakin. And there's 3 of them. So there's actually 3 pillars, Masonic pillars.
Which makes 111.
Which makes 111. Could this be a sign?
Is this a red pillar or a blue pillar?
This is the sign of their undoing, is what this
So
is.
we've got some nice shit going on.
We decoding these Phoenicians like nobody's business.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to do when they leave their shit everywhere and rubbing our faces in it. Don't
Not really. Yeah, this was a quickie anyway. That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, sweet. Swahili, peace and love.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Bye. Yeah, video coming.
Okay, that's in Sneaton in Nottingham. And they got some unbelievable mud floodage in that town. Okay, what else we got now? Is, a little bit of, watch your ears, sorry, a little bit of the Fezzy we went to. It was absolutely tipping down with rain the one night, but the last night was just really amazing. I didn't get too much of that. I think there is some film I will try and grab. So it was just an idea of what I was up to. Dancing the weekend away. In an absolutely tipping down festival. Did get better though. Did get better. So, excuse me. So, let's move on. Sorry about that. Oh, let's make it smaller. And yeah, this was when we first arrived. Not going down with the funky heavy metal. Oh man. So that was just like when we first arrived. Let's have a look. Oh, that's the same film. And there's another one. Don't know if it's glitching up, guys, but I did Red Pill AJ, and we got to know everybody there, and it was like a big fam affair. But Mel's daughter is in one of the bands there, and she's like amazingly, like jaw-droppingly, I can't even believe it till now, talented. It was just like a magical experience for everyone involved. She was just phenomenal. She stole the whole thing. This lady here, Mel's beautiful daughter, she got beautiful daughters. So, this is AJ.
Oi, flat British, flat deer stock. I say flat stock. It should be flat stock. I just met a friend of mine just now. I was just telling him about my website, my channel, Flat Earth British. He's rather intrigued about it. So, have you got any questions about it? So, do you believe that you're living on a spinning ball in a vacuum of space, or do you think that it's as you see and perceive flat, like it is over there, beautifully flat? Yeah. Can you see any curvature? Yeah, can you see how that guy's over there, how flat, that beautiful flat horizon? So obviously 90% or a large percentage of the population think they live on a spinning ball, but that is being told to us. What personal, right, in our lives experience have we had at this globe? Any?
No. Sun and the moon.
Sun and the moon, right, are luminaries. They are plasma effects. They are passing. Once you know, right, you follow them. They don't even disappear for very long, okay? They do their cycle, okay, around this plane, and they come back again. They're attracted electromagnetically.
Would I agree with that? Literally say flat or like a rock, square,
Look,
you know.
the way I see it, it's a little bit different, but there's different ideas. So obviously we don't know, so it's a lot of just speculation. The place is locked down. We can't travel where we want. We just can't, okay? You think you can? So the way I see it is this is just a big fam, not that very big, right? We are being spiritually enslaved.
What about the sea?
What about the sea? It's 72% water. Water always finds its own natural level.
Could you go straight over and come back? I'm assuming you can.
No, you can have the illusion on a flat plane of going around that way, but you can't go around a ball that way because there's no ball. You can't see a ball, can you? It's flat. Now what you're only believing is basically conditioning, brainwashing. There's none of it's real. Sorry?
What happens if you get to the edge?
Don't know if there is an edge. I don't think there is. I think there's a dome above us, and I think we're underwater. I think, personally, we're under the greater ocean. That's just me, but I think there's more land in you with us, okay? And I think there's a lot more outside, is what I think.
It's interesting what you said about the belief system. I know you're saying...
well, yeah, the globe is a belief system.
Like challenge what you're told.
Yeah. It's just quick critical thinking. Think to yourself. The thing is, right? When I found out, I was like, Jesus Christ! I've been believing CGI my entire life and cartoon images. That's very, very childish. I'm thinking. So, in personal experience, everything can be explained away. We have a reason, to explain everything of these issues of what globe believers will tell us, which is curvature. Oh yeah, where's that? We kill it all the time.
I mean, like, I agree, there's no point believing, of course, everything gets told, a lot of the bollocks, but you also can't not believe. Maybe it is best to not believe anything, challenge everything, but they're not always telling you bullshit. They're not always telling you bullshit, surely. I mean, some truth has to get through, right?
The truth is coming through. History's a lie, and science is a lie, and we're not on a spinning ball.
People have got different agendas for everything you're trying to push. Even yourself,
Well, I haven't got an agenda. I'm just trying to wake people up and help them because they're locked into a sadness. They're locked into a terrible reality. Enslave them.
So there's a message to challenge everything you.
Yeah, my message is for everyone to think for themselves, not take them fucking bastards as sanctum because they are lying. I'm fucking telling you, they're lying, brother. They're sacrificing fucking children. You're going to believe them. Fuck that shit.
I'll give you 3 for a 5.
Oh, ice cakes. Anyway, we're at the festival. I'm going over the stage in a minute. So that's my first Red Bull. I'm going to.
Thank you very much.
Flat of British.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice one. Thank you very much for that, brother.
So that is all the gang, and that's what I was doing at the weekend at the Fezzy. Just absolute carnage. Absolutely loved it. So small festivals are the best because basically everybody just lets their hair down and don't give a shit and has a dance. Don't care about who's watching. I've seen so many mashed up people in a few of the years. It's totally epic. And that is one of Mel's beautiful daughters as well. So awesome. And my Flat Earth British website, in case you don't know, I'm going to just check it out a second because I haven't had a look at it for a little while. And this is coming up. Okay, I want to talk about that. Mindblow Mud Flood. Okay, my amazing website. And the photo drop, which is actually getting full. You're only allowed a certain amount of images, so let's make sure that we're putting the absolute juice on there and keeping the images down to a minimum, otherwise it's going to be on stop. I won't be able to add any more because there's a limit. I've got a shop, you can get my latest vlog, and this is up and coming, guys, as you know, is the Globe Light Tour. Okay, you're going to hear a lot more about this now, I suppose, in the next month or so. Coming up to 14th of September, Kidderminster just outside Birmingham, where I'll be, and Amsterdam is September the 28th. That's going to be worth going for the antiquitech and the architecture. Get the camera out, be busy, and all the shit going on in Flat Earth British. Okay, and vlogs you can catch up with all the subjects: Mudflood, Tartarian, comets, technology, Starforts, fasces, antiquitech, airships, giants, resources, maps, and my words. Okay. And talking of my words, a lady sent me in this concerning neuro-linguistic programming and a certificate life coach training. I believe the person has done said training and can make alterations and would like to be able to diffuse the magic spell for us. So if anybody wants to, I'll drop the link in the chat, take part of this and diffuse this program, that would be very epic. Flat Earth British Peeps, sort of thing. So I think it's brilliant if we can just dismantle that. Just the options there. And I'm coming back. Now, there's no images of the day. I've just showed you what I've been up to. I got another vlog to come out in a very short space of time. As soon as I've read more of Mango and everything else that I never presented because of the time aspect. That was 5 UK time. I suppose I'm going to be with you later in chat. It's awesome to be back. What have we learned today? Well, we learned the Starforts built by Romans, the Phoenicians. They are pumping stations to get water off the land after an apocalyptic flood, Noah's flood, and 9/11. Towers appear to be empty, and the Phoenicians in a book, in a narrative, taking out Tartaria, taking over the world, which they still have today. So, did you learn anything in this? Make sure to subscribe, click that bloody bell, and like on your way home, if you would, please. All helps. Peace and love. Be good. If you need me, I will be back in a day or two, and I will, because you're going to see me for Flatterday. I'm about. Looking forward to that. Did you miss me last Flatterday? Yeah, it was bucketing down with rain last Flatterday, but Sunday, wow. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Peace and love.